Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, I have a very sincere and poignant reading today. I'm going to ask the cards about death. Death is so different across the world, across different ethnicities, across different religions, across animals. Death is sometimes people are afraid of death. But it's in all our lives. I mean, we can't escape it. And I just want to see if the cards can help us to calm our mind about death, about what happens after, what happens during death, and what happens after death. This is my understanding, that you actually don't have death until your silver cord is severed. And death is nothing more than a transition from being earthbound to being unearthbound. So death, you have to leave your earth suit here. You can't take your earth suit with you. So you disengage from your earth suit by severing the silver cord, however that may happen. And then you are expansive across the universe. That's my thinking. So I don't want to put that into the cards. Let's see what the cards have to say. A lot of people, I think a lot of people fear death because of the pain it can involve. If you, for example, you're in a car accident, or you get, heaven forbid, someone points something at you, or you fall on a cutting instrument, anything really, fall off a cliff. And I think those parts of death, people are afraid of death they're worried about the pain that sometimes death can involve. Sometimes the pain can be slow, like if you're dying from a aggressive form of cancer, for example, and the pain that's involved, and just, withering away to nothing. And I think that those are the fears. Also depends what your religion is, and tells you what's waiting for you on the other side of your transition. Whether you should fear it or not. Maybe you're worried about your karma, etc., etc. And I know this is a long introduction, but I'm trying to put the energy into the card. So if you want to fast forward, once I'm done the shuffling, please go ahead. You won't hurt my feelings at all. But I'm trying to make sure the cards understand what we want from them, because there is a death card in here, and they just come out to transition. What do you think the death card is? So that's why I'm putting in why we would be questioning why we are afraid of death. Other people think there's the atheists or agnostic, believe like there's nothing. You just go to sleep and you just never wake up. And that's it, one and done. And other people believe in reincarnation, and your reincarnation has to do with what a good person you were or not, or what lessons you learned on earth. So that could be another reason people are afraid of death. Maybe they are afraid they didn't act appropriately on earth, and they're afraid of what's coming for them in the afterlife. Other people are afraid because they don't want to leave their loved ones. They're afraid of what's going to happen to their loved ones. They don't want to cause their loved ones any pain. And also they're worried that they are going to miss their loved ones once they pass. So there's a lot of reasons that human beings are afraid of death. And I thought about it. I wonder if animals are afraid of death. And you know what? I don't know if they're afraid of death so much so that they are more pro-survival. Right? If you're watching the look in the eyes of a deer while a wolf is chasing it, or a lion, you can see the fear in their eyes. So are they afraid of death? Are they afraid of the pain? Or are they just afraid they aren't going to survive? Because for animals, all it is about survival of the DNA. I don't know. All right, so first let's talk about the actual death process. What can you tell us about the actual death process? All right, so again, Oh, three of, this is interesting, three of wands. Your ship has to come in. In other words, I've always said, and many people agree with me, it's a number. Your number's up, your number's up. Your ship has to come in. Like, you have to be patient for death. You have to wait for death to approach you. I don't mean to offend anybody who has people who have unalived, loved ones who have unalived themselves. I'm not here for that at all. I'm just telling you what the cards are saying. It is somewhat of a burden. This is it's a 10, so it's the finality of it. Page of Swords in reverse. Three of Swords in reverse. And the Three of Pentacles upright. Look at all the threes. Okay, so it's something that's pre-planned. I think it's something that's pre-planned, and there's not a heck of a lot we can do about it. I think that we feel like we have the burden to look after ourselves. And you know what? Healthy people die and unhealthy people die. I think these 2, 3 here is we agree to something before we come down. And here I think are lessons that we have to learn. And the Three of Swords here in reverse is telling me it's not painful. Upright is painful betrayal. Pain, pain, pain. In reverse is the heart is healing and the swords fall out. Death is not a betrayal. And I don't think it's painful, but I think we do have our lessons, the burden of our lessons. And once we have learned all our lessons, then we can head towards the light. Now, the Page of Swords here, I think, are the hidden things that we are unaware of. Right? Page of Swords upright would be announcements and small announcements and whatnot. And in reverse is maybe we fret over the small stuff too much. The Empress here. Yeah, it's death is a creative process. The Hierophant, spiritual, and the Queen of Cups, and emotional. Isn't that interesting? We have body, mind, and soul. Body, mind, and soul. So it's the coordination of all three of them. Body, mind, and soul. Body, the earthly pleasures. Mind, the emotional, and soul is the spiritual aspect of it. So it's a coordination of all three. 8 of Pentacles. We're here to master life on earth. 2 of Wands. In some respects, it's a gateway. It's interesting. This 2 of Wands is always fascinating because it's off of earth. So is it a doorway? Is it a gateway? Is death a doorway and gateway? I think once we have our body, mind, and soul mastered, then we're free to go through the gateway. What's the final card? 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. That's I think that's the reincarnation card that we keep. I'm going to do, my next video is going to be on soul families. And so I think there's a whole coordination here. The High Priestess, intuition. I think there's a whole coordination here about death that we come down with an agreement that we have to master these earthly lessons. I don't think it's painful at all because we have the Queen of Cups on top of the 3 of Swords in reverse. So healing emotions. I think death is healing, body, mind, and soul. I think it's an endless circle here, because this is the siblings card, the past card, trust, and then this Two of Wands here, the gateway. And also the Two of Wands is, do I stay, do I go? Do I stay, do I go? What do I do? I think there is some respect here that there's some that it's somewhat ordained. And once we master our earthly lessons, then it's up to us. Do we enjoy being here, or do we want to go through that gateway and wait till the next time we come back, till the next cycle? And trust the process as well. 6 is a trust card. 6 of Cups is the trust card. Trust the process. The High Priestess. I think it's, and here we have the fourth, third cup. This is something that you plan with your soul family. Here's the 10 of Pentacles. You leave your earthly family behind. You leave your inheritance. You leave your lessons. Somewhat, in some respects, this is, you can't take it with you. Because we're talking about death here, right? And the 10 of Pentacles shows up. You can't take it with you. You can't take your earthly goods with you. And what's that saying? That you never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. The Sun in reverse and King of Cups in reverse and 9 of Cups in reverse. I think here the Sun in reverse is, yeah, it's definitely goes dark. Definitely goes dark. Also, you go back to the Sun, but not until you've completed everything. I think this King of Cups here is when, in reverse, is when you review. This is your review. Your review with the High Priestess upright. These are secrets and whatnot. An intuition, like you have an intuition when you're going to die. And here with the 9 of Cups in reverse, I think we do a review. Look at that, 2 9s in a row. And I think we do a review of our life. And we also get relieved of some anxiety, of maybe some karma, that we didn't do this right, we didn't do that right. And some of the things we wanted to do, we didn't get done. And here's the 6 of Swords. And sometimes this, when somebody asks me if someone's going to die, and yes, I do get that question privately, and the 6 of Swords show up, sometimes it shows me that, you know, if they're going from troubled waters to calmer waters. I think of a bridge over troubled waters. But this is in reverse. So this is telling me that you don't get to move on. You don't actually get to move on. You don't get to move on to the Sun. You review your life. Here's the Tower, and then the 6 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. I think you come back to Earth. You come back to Earth. They now send you back down with the 6 of Wands here. They send you learn your lesson. You see what you've done wrong with this Tower. This is the hand of God. The Tower card is the hand of God. And the hand of God says, well done, son. Off you go, back you get. Because the Knight of Pentacles here. Down you come back to Earth through the Sun. And to do it all again. So is death painful? I don't think so. I'm not seeing that it's painful at all. It's a process. It's your body, mind, and soul is all online, all on board. You just have to trust the process to go through that gate. When that cord breaks, you definitely go. The High Priestess here. This also, the High Priestess reminds me of Maat, the Egyptian goddess Maat, M-A-A-T, where they weigh your heart against a feather. That's what I'm getting here. What did you, what were your fears? Did you get everything done you wanted to get done? Oh, you didn't? Okay, well, you aren't moving on to the next level. Hand to God. There you go. Get back on your horse. Let's try this again. So I think we've got a really big message here about reincarnation if the sun is in reverse. Now, I am of the strong belief that we come from the sun and we return to the sun, but we have to go through all these different levels before we can return to the sun. So, for example, people from Earth, their next stop is Venus, right? And what do you have to learn on Venus? And that's why that's so interesting that the Venus cards showed up here. This is the Hierophant is Taurus, that's Venus. Here we have the Empress with Venus, and then the Queen of Cups being a female, being the Venetian queen. So I think that's fascinating that's, we come here to learn these on Earth so our body, mind, and soul can get us, we can work on that to get back to where we came from. And from what I've learned, the next stop from Earth is Venus, but we have to master Earth first, and that's here with the Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles are Earth sign, so we have to master what we learn on Earth, and that's even showing here with the Three of Pentacles. So is it painful? No. Do we return? Yes. We come to do it again. And look at that, the clock agrees with me. And yes, this is, sorry, I'm waiting for the clock. This is the 6, because the numbers are on top. It's not the 9. It's not the 9, it's the 6. I had some confusion with the last reading with these cards. And it's a 6, because it's on top here. All right. Wow. Well, I guess the reading's over. It kind of told us everything we sort of wanted to know. I'm going to ask the cards, do we have a do we have a choice how long we live on Earth? Do we have a choice how long we live on Earth? And is sometimes unaliving us an experience that we have to endure? Do we have a choice how long we live on Earth? And is sometimes unaliving us a choice that we've made of a lesson or a situation that we have to learn? Do we have a choice? Do we have a choice how long we live on Earth? And is unaliving us a lesson that we have to endure? Cards are ready. King of Swords, Ace of Swords, Five of Pentacles in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, Six of Pentacles in reverse. I think, yes, we have a choice. We discover that with whoever is our guidance or religious leader or whatever, we make a decision, and yes, and but to unalive ourselves, to have emotional distress, is no, it's not a lesson. If it was a lesson, this would be upright, and then we get to move on to the next lesson. It actually, again, I don't want to offend anybody who has loved ones who've unalived themselves. It actually kicks you right back. Ace of Wands in reverse, 10 of Swords upright. Yeah, you know what? It stops you from getting through the gateway. it actually stops you from getting through the gateway. So I'm not saying people who unalive themselves go down to hell or purgatory or anything. You're just kicked right back. You're just kicked right back, right away. And now you have a bit of a burden. Ace of Pentacles, you have to start all over. And Judgment, you get the second chance. Look at that. Look at that. Knight of Wands. Yeah, you're immediately kicked back. Immediately kicked back for Judgment. Interesting, that Judgment card. So there is somebody who judges you up there and says, whoa, 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 whoa. We agreed on 60. This is only 30. Off you go. Let's ask the cards then. Do you have to complete the number of years? Do you have to complete the number of years? So let's say you agree to, again, let's use our 60. So let's say 60 at 30, unexpected, unalive. So do you have only another 30 years, or do you have to start back from 0 and do another 60 years? Yeah, that King of Swords was like, no. This wasn't in our agreement. So let's see. Do you just complete the total years or start from 0? Do you complete the total years or start from 0 when you unalive yourself? King of Wands, 5 of Wands, 4 of Swords. I think it depends. I think half the time you do one or the other. I think it depends, but let's see what the cards are going to say. Yeah, so there's the 9 of Wands in reverse, the Star in reverse, the 4 of Wands upright. Of course, you're born again. 6 of Swords, you don't go anywhere. And the 3 of Cups. I wonder if you come back into your family. Empress, Magician, Knight of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Swords in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse, and the 7 of Wands. I think that interesting, all these female energies. I think it depends on the lesson of what your mother has. I think it's very dependent on the lesson of what your mother has. So maybe now you go back and you're born back into your family, I believe. I think though here what the cards are saying, it depends on maybe somebody in your family has a lesson of losing a pregnancy, or yeah, I think it completely depends on what the mother's next lesson is. Absolutely. So maybe you'll find somebody who only their child's only going to live for 30 years, or that person, their child lives 60 years. So it's all dependent on who they can find. And even you think, even this Queen of Wands has the pregnancy card there, even though Queen of Wands isn't necessarily a mother, they can be mothers. But here's the Queen of Pentacles in reverse on top of the Empress and the Magician. So it's who they can find, where you get it. Look at all the wands, all the fire energy. It's who they can find. The fastest one that you can get back into the birth. So it's up to the mother, what lesson the mother has, not necessarily what lesson the father has. And is there, a pregnancy available? So that's what it's based on. But I think you go back to either family or friends that you know. All right, I hope that helps some of you have some peace of mind. yeah, I'm going to talk more about soul families and our cycles of reincarnation in the next video called Soul Families, Soul Tribe, whatever you want to call it. Well, what do you think of this reading? It's brought a little bit of peace of mind. Yeah, we're all in one big circle. We're all in one big cycle. Oh, I know. For those of you who've hung in there, what happens to our soul when we get to the other side? What happens to our soul when we get to the other side? What happens to our soul when the silver cord is broken? What happens to our soul when the silver cord is broken? What happens? Do we immediately go up to what some would consider heaven or the next level? Do we hang around earth? Say goodbye to everybody? What happens to our soul when the silver cord is broken? What happens to our soul when the silver cord is broken? Temperance in reverse. Magician. The Fool in reverse. Five of Swords in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. I think we don't know where we are. I think we are very disoriented. I think we can't grasp that now we are part of the universe, that we are infinity. I think we are disoriented, absolutely disoriented. I don't think we believe where we are. Empress. The Empress is the third time the Empress has come up. High Priestess and King of Cups in reverse. I think we're pretty emotional about it. I think we do have helper guides here. We got 1, 2, 3, the top three, the Magician, the High Priestess, and the Empress. I think we are somewhat guided, but we're very emotional about it here. We might be arguing and fighting with God and saying, no, I have to go back. I have to go back. Page of Swords. I don't think we believe it. We don't believe it. Four of Cups, no, we don't. We might argue and Eight of Cups. We feel stuck at first. We don't believe it. We bargain. We don't believe it. We're right here, this Four of Cups. We're like, no, this can't be true. This can't be real. So we can't let go. We can't let go. What's it? Yeah. We can't let go of Earth. Page of Wands. Knight of Cups. Then somebody comes. Somebody comes to offer us something, to give us a message, to help us. The Emperor in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. The Hanged Man. Interesting, the Hanged Man in reverse. Because now we see things from a different point of view. And look, I wonder, now we're expansive. We're shadow. We're shadow. But we're expansive at the same time. We are back home. Right? So Five of Cups upright would be kicked down to earth. Five of Cups in reverse is back home. I think we bargain with God, with whatever we call God. But look at this Hanged Man. We realize we're expansive. We realize we're just a shadow. Because the Hanged Man upright is, you have to take time to look at things from a different point of view. And reverse is, you've come to a realization. So I think it takes us a while to come to a realization where we are. The Emperor also is born, right? That's Aries. So now we're reborn back to where we came from. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. 9 of Pentacles upright. Here's the 6 of Swords in reverse again. 7 of Cups in reverse. 2 of Cups in reverse. And 9 of Wands. I think it takes us a while to figure out where we are and where we're going. And I think we realize we are now away from our loved ones here with the 2 of Cups in reverse. I think we realize some choices have been taken away, right? And I think it takes at least 9 days. I think we're like that for at least 9 days because we have 2 9s here. And this is in reverse. I think it takes 9 days before we feel content and successful and getting our bearings, right? I think at first this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, we're not ready. We're not ready. We don't know what's going on. We're, yeah, I think it takes at least 9 days. At least 9 days. Strength in reverse. That's Leo in reverse. That's the Sun in reverse. 3 of Cups. I think that, I still think that people from our family, our soul tribe come and rescue us. 10, I think then, I think on the 10th day, we come to the realization, 2 of Swords in reverse, that that's over. That our body has been left down on earth. The hand of God, the tower, that I think it takes at least 9 to 10 days before we realize exactly what's going on. Interesting. I thought we would see like Ace of Cups and 6 of Cups and other people coming to our rescue, but it looks like the people who know the most how to, the Knight of Cups here, talk to us. We got the 2 knights here. They race in and they try and calm us down. And I think we go through a kind of a review of our life and those we've left behind, or behind on earth. I don't know if behind is the proper term. We actually probably by the day 10 we see that our body is on earth, and we come to the realization that it's over. I'm wondering if we don't have a voice, we have to learn to communicate differently. So maybe that's what. But it's interesting. We got the Empress and the 6 of Swords in reverse in all the readings, and yeah, I think it comes. It like we have to realize that we're dead, and that reminds me of that movie with Bruce Willis, The Sixth Sense. Maybe that's why we get the 6. The 6 keeps showing up. The Sixth Sense, and the High Priestess. So there you go. What do you think? Do you have any other questions about death? They may be answered in the next video that I'm doing on soul families and soul tribes. Thank you so much for your likes and comments and shares and subscribes. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.